What's up, not steak? Steak. Choose better, be better. And now say when you order in the app. Subway, eat fresh.
NBA on TNT Tuesday. Away we go. Lakers, Pelicans, Sixers, Warriors. Tuesday at 7:30. Presented by State Farm on TNT and on the Watch TNT app.
Spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Washington football team. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
On first down, it's Gibson, and he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 71 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench to tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin, and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
And I'll bet right now there's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And, folks, after that last play, Mike Evans, the wide receiver, yet to get back to his feet. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Brady. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 3. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
One of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players.
Now a hit and a loose football. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit and try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Going on first down is Brady. On the screen, this is Coleman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
3. Buccaneers, nothing.
Keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brady now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
So here's Washington now to take over.
They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. On first down, it's Gibson. Washington. Antonio Gibson, an 80-yard touchdown.
And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Back now comes Tampa Bay.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Brady.
That's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Bradley Pinion to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And his throw is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
Problem attempts on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman of the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean,
first down.
Oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized, you know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you, you know. If people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
This one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun, and that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
Boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Buccaneers.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Brady.
A quick pass here to Godwin.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Brady going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Brady's pass. At their own 20-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separate. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Santos set to kick off.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the 3rd quarter. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
What the fuck are you doing, Brady?
3rd down there is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
First possession of the second half now for Washington.
They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. The drive keeps moving.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. Touchdown, Washington. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This will make it into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Brady going to throw.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play. It gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
That throw by Brady incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And now it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Brady. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Santos' kick is up and through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. How many teams patient enough to stick with the run? Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Steps away to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Right off the ball. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Well, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Washington on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
He finds his target, Fuller.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Going back to Love. He's got Evans.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That his first catch so far. They held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. To the air again, Love. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They will run again with Coleman. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Job 1 to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be up. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that is incomplete. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Fournette. Into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal. Love from the gun to Evans on the slant. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as they'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. They're going to run for it with Jones. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the fourth. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll run on first down. Gibson, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
It's 3rd and 7.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Reuben Foster in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Love. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. downfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Washington, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.